The views and opinions expressed during Love and Life with Lane and Dave are those only of the speakers and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or the position of our podcast hosts or affiliates. Any content provided is not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, anyone, or anything. All right, let's do it.
You're listening to Love and Life with Lane and Dave, the podcast where logic is power and you take control. Thank you for tuning in and making the choice to listen in and get ideas for your own love and life. Now, here are your hosts, Lena Williams and David Vaccaro.
Let's talk about the honeymoon period of a relationship.
Okay.
This is an old standby for us. So there's somewhere around 3 or 4 months after you meet somebody where it's like really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And that we feel like it's really exciting because that's the time where you need to find substance behind all of the initial attraction. And most people just kind of ride out the attraction, but don't really look for substance behind that. That's why a lot of relationships end 3 or 4 months in or become stale or old, because it should be a bridge to the next level of the relationship, which is this person somebody I would want to sit and talk to over coffee? Is this person somebody that I would want to go do things with? Is this person, do we have similar values, or do we have similar ambitions, or do we want to do the same thing with a relationship or whatever?
Right.
So
and I think
that's the heavy bonding part in the beginning where you bond as human beings, but you also say, okay, as I'm doing this, who am I dealing with here?
Right. And I think I also think that the honeymoon stage is a very dangerous part of a relationship, because I think everybody puts all their eggs into that basket immediately when they go through this honeymoon stage, and they ignore the things that they want in a relationship. And they tend to say, you know what, I'm happy right now, and this is all I care about. And they don't care. They kind of put all their personal stuff aside, their things that are important to them. But later on, those are going to become important again. And I think that's why a lot of relationships don't work out beyond that stage, because they're not being honest to each other about who they are and what they want. They manipulate themselves into fitting the relationship as opposed to really what they want.
Right. No, well, I think that's part of it too. That people are, I think they're blindsided by like the chemistry of it.
Right.
And the newness of it. Some people really like the new thing. It's just new. Here's a new person. I'm getting to know all about a new person. My visual of who I want to be, or my idealistic version of myself, is reflected in this new person. They don't know about my past. They don't know anything about anything I've ever done. So they think I'm the best thing ever because they don't know enough about me to know otherwise. And I'm having fun being this person that they think that they found.
Right. And that is very fun.
That's part of it too.
I mean, the newness is definitely exciting and fun. But I think you need to be true to who you are. And otherwise the relationship's not going to work anyways. Right. And we all know that this happens every
while you're
single
going
time
through that 3 or 4 month phase, nobody wants to hear that. They don't want to have a conversation about values and substance, and that's all not fun to them at that time.
I get it.
So how is it, is it possible for somebody to say, okay, this is a new relationship and I want to enjoy it and I think it's great, but while I'm enjoying it, let me feel it out and see if like this is a person who underneath all of this has the substance I'm looking for. The things that I want are the same as the things that they want, and what they are is what I am actually looking for.
Right. I think what happens during this first 3 or 4 months in a relationship too is that people think that they truly know the person completely. And in reality, you don't. You don't know the person until that time has passed, and you truly start to know who they are, and you start acting again who you truly are, and the newness wears off. The honeymoon phase wears off, right? Because we know that there's that chemical that our body puts out that it keeps us connected. Right. And it makes sense. It's a brilliant by design. But I think a lot of people get so hooked into that relationship that they're totally in love with that person before they even get to know them, which to me
Yep.
is dangerous, right? I don't
Yep.
know. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I love that person, and so far so good. But I think being a realist like myself, I always look at, is this truly what I want?
Right.
Are my things missing? Because look, we've all done it, and I've done it myself. You know that I have. We've had conversations about this in the past where I look at my life and I go, yeah, I mean, I totally gave up things that were very important to me because I thought I was in love with this person. And
Mm-hmm.
then I'm stuck in this relationship that I'm really not happy being in. And I'm trying to make that person into somebody I want because at the beginning I thought they were. And then
Right.
when I find out they're not, I don't accept that because I've already, and I love this one. I've
Invested.
invested so much
Yes.
time, right? Yeah, right. That's, I love that. You don't invest in a relationship. You build one. And if it
Mm-hmm.
works out, it works out.
Hey, you just listened to Love and Life with Lena and Dave. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please share the podcast, leave us a comment or review, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any new content. We'll see you soon.